Sotu!
Episode 20.
Episode 20.
Here
Coming
we go,
right at you.
Double decks. So here we are.
Woo.
Great weekend of finals.
Again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Weather helped out, which was nice.
It
So weather was nice and clear and beautiful days out there, actually.
Yeah,
So
it was. Another shout out to Lizzie. In the background, did a whole bunch of fantastic things there. All the match officials, all the work they did. You know, yourselves, Lisa, Rory, Carl, everyone. You know,
and you, mate, of course.
You
know, a lot of hard work in the background there that makes it all work out. So that was good.
And our volunteers as well for the gates, staff, you know, and everyone out there. You know, behaviour and all that sort of stuff was fantastic. You know, it really makes a fantastic weekend of rugby when everyone's on the right page.
So much fun. And also shout out to Barossa who ran the barbecue on Sunday.
Yes.
So awesome work. Yeah.
Thank you very much. There.
Thank you, guys.
What's the go with the shirt? This is the Russo Sotu episode.
World Rugby Educator shirt, mate.
Edumacator.
I was just because I'm working on some stuff for the post-season coaching clinics and pre-season coaching clinics. I thought I'd wear my educator stuff today. Oh. Also, I probably don't. I don't have any other clean clothes. So.
It is that time of year.
That's it.
All right, look, let's jump into the results from this weekend. I think at the same time we'll also do the matches that are coming up.
Cool.
For this weekend based on those results.
Over this coming weekend, bring win.
Okay, so in the under 12s, Onkaparinga were defeated by Brighton in that under 12s match there, which makes our grand final on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 7th of September.
Yes.
Between Old Collegians and Brighton.
That'll be good.
It will be that grand final.
That'll be good.
Down at Bailey at Southern Suburbs. Yes. Being played.
Yeah, that's the before the NRC game, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Yeah.
Under 14s, Barossa were defeated by Burnside. So a couple of upsets in those first couple of matches.
That was a tight game there too, 17-12. So yeah, exciting.
Meaning that Brighton and Burnside will play off for the grand final this year for the under 14s. In the under 16s, Burnside defeated Brighton in that match, making an Onkaparinga and Burnside under 16s.
Oh, right. Final. So they've gone back to the that first prelim final.
They have, yeah.
That's a cracker game. So that'll be a one to watch. That's really exciting. Yeah,
under 16 grand final. And then in the 18s, Barossa 18s were defeated by Burnside, making it a Brighton Burnside grand final there. So, you know, of the teams that went into their grand finals, into their elimination finals, just before grand finals there, sort of three upsets you'd call it. You know, the team who was lower on that table have worked their way through.
Taking it up, yeah.
As finals footy.
Well done, absolutely.
Right, on to the seniors. So in third grade, so we had, in the seniors, we had the qualifying matches still on the Saturday.
Correct.
And then we had eliminations on the Sunday.
Yes.
So in the Saturday match, Onkaparinga got over on Old Collegians, 31-27. Was a great third grade match there.
That's tight, yeah.
That means Onkaparinga go through to the grand final. And then from the Sunday match, Brighton defeated Burnside. So on Sunday this week, on the 8th at North Torrens, will be Old Collegians and Brighton playing off for a position in the grand final.
Excellent.
In the women's match, Adelaide University getting over Southern Suburbs. That was a great match too, actually.
That was good, wasn't it? Back and forward, and anything could happen at any point.
Yeah.
Just a quick shout out Taj. I know she broke her arm quite badly.
Yeah, very badly.
Had some surgery and just had it pinned back together. So hoping that heals up pretty quickly.
Yeah, hope you're doing
too
all right,
much pain.
Taj.
Yeah.
And then in the elimination final, Burnside defeated Onkaparinga. Onkaparinga, though, still making it a very competitive match there for the Bunnies.
Very much so.
Which is fantastic to see. Yeah. So the elimination game then, which will be next Sunday, will be Souths versus Burnside.
Awesome.
And that'll be playing off for a position in that grand final against
Uni. Good. Yeah.
In the reserve grade 2, so this is the bottom half of the reserve grade competition ladder. Port Adelaide getting over on Woodville. So Port Adelaide going straight through to the grand final.
Yep.
And then from the elimination game, Adelaide University just pipping Elizabeth. And that was in the last minute, wasn't it? Penalty.
Yeah, we ended probably in injury time.
In fact, I think they kicked the penalty and called the match, didn't they?
Correct, yeah. Silly mistake, really. The Lizzie boys coming off their feet right under the sticks. Yeah. Penalty bang in front. So high pressure ones, those ones. But no problem with it. Knocked it through and away they go.
So that'll be Woodville versus Adelaide University in that reserve grade 2. For a spot in the grand final for reserve grade, so top half of the reserve grade ladder. Old Collegians beating Brighton on the Saturday. And then Burnside beating Onkaparinga in that elimination final on the Sunday. So that means Old Coles straight through the grand final. And then Brighton and Burnside will play off this Sunday for a spot at the big dance.
Absolutely.
On to Premier Grade 2. So this is bottom half of the Premier Grade ladder.
Yep.
So Port Adelaide over Adelaide University. Was a great game to watch, but I thought that Fully Tuivasa was just on point.
He was on
that game.
great form, wasn't he? Just dominant.
And kicking from almost anywhere as well.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing very well.
No, he's playing some good rugby at the moment. So.
And look, Uni are not to be sneezed at, right? I don't think that scoreline really reflected how that match was played out.
No, I don't think so. I think Uni got the first try as well of the day.
Yes.
Possibly then took their foot off the pedal a little. I think they picked up a couple of injuries in the game too, which obviously doesn't help. That complicated things a bit.
Yeah. And then in the elimination final, Woodville defeating Elizabeth in that one 72-8. So that means that Adelaide Uni and Woodville will play off in that elimination final on Sunday. But I wanted to ask you, I know that you had the week off this weekend.
Yep.
Through things beyond your control.
Yes.
Over a couple of reasons.
Indeed.
During the season.
Three reasons. But anyway, yeah.
But I wanted to ask you. I mean, do you think, and putting you on the spot maybe a little bit, do you think you're a 65-point difference in that Elizabeth outfit?
Man, I think I'm more of a 2-point player. I got a point there and a point there that I use when I play. No, look, I don't think one person makes that much of a difference. Yeah. There were a number of things that hurt us Sunday. Few players unavailable at the last minute, unfortunately. So 4 or 5 there. I couldn't play, so that's 6. And then going into the game, going into second half, we already emptied most of the bench through injury. Just it's one of those days where whatever could go against us went against us. And to be honest, there were nine players who played 2 full games, and another 4 that played a majority of both. Incredibly proud of the boys who just stood up and kept going and worked hard. But unfortunately, just didn't go away. Woody's had a great day out. Good outfit, and did very well. So congratulations to them. Absolutely, no excuses, no nothing like that. And they outplayed us. I
do want to give a shout out to Daniel as well for probably one of the rugby bloopers of the decade. Almost, I think. Went to chasing a ball that was rolling dead, took a big swipe at it, and managed to kick it back into the field of play.
I think maybe we can find that video.
We will
share it with everyone.
I think find that one. Good on you, Daniel. And look, I mean, he's taken the mickey out of himself on that. He's taken it in good spirit.
He's understood. Yeah, and also, it's his first year of rugby union. He's still under 18. He's got a long way to go. So it'll be a big learning curve for him, that one, I think.
Excellent. We won't let you forget it for
no chance.
Right, and then into the Premier Grade. So Brighton defeating Old Collegians in the qualifier. So Brighton straight through to the grand final.
There we go.
And then in that elimination match on the Sunday, Burnside just pipping Onkaparinga.
That was a really good game
It
too.
was.
Yeah, that was
fantastic.
exciting.
And given that Onkaparinga team played 100 minutes.
They had to dig so deep the weekend before, and that was So
that brings us to an Old Collegians and Burnside elimination final on Sunday.
Awesome.
For that spot in the grand final against Brighton.
Yeah, cracker.
That's us. So that's our games and things that are coming up. Looking forward to it. And this weekend, okay, so just quickly, we'll touch on what's happening this weekend that's coming. So Saturday.
So many exciting things happening. Yeah.
Well, 4 events, really.
Yes.
Saturday 7th. We've got the junior grand finals.
All the junior grand 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s.
At Southern Suburbs. We will swipe the times for those matches onto the screen here. And then we've got the 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s. 10:30 start for that one. But following that, our second big event for the weekend will be the NRC match, Melbourne Rising and New South Wales Country.
Country Eagles.
Yeah.
So that'll be really good. Country Eagles, not to be confused with the Cockatoos, who are coming to the NRC 2.
Yep.
But yeah, NRC is going to be cracker, isn't it? It's going to be really, really good down at South. So if you haven't haven't got any plans yet for the weekend, or if you do have plans, cancel them.
Yeah,
come down and watch some rugby.
$10 entry for this weekend for
Fantastic.
the Saturday.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got that professional match there, and that match is actually of all the NRC games that are happening this weekend. The one at Bailey is live broadcast to Foxtel.
Oh, fantastic!
And quick shout out to the voice of South Australian Rugby Union,
Mr.
Dave Webb.
Dave Webb going to be.
I think he's getting his cap for Foxtel commentary.
First one, so that's
first Foxtel commentary.
Big
so
step
Dave
up
Webb
there, so.
with I can't remember the gentleman's name, but playing with someone who commentating with someone who played some Australian sevens and things as well. So that's his commentator partner.
It's going to be excellent.
But yeah, got the tickets there, mate. So well done, Dave. That's excellent to see.
Well done, mate.
Right, so then once that match finishes, and in actual fact, cancel whatever you got on Saturday evening as well, because Australia and Samoa are playing their last international match before
heading for the World Cup.
Before heading to the World Cup, so that will be screened live at Southern Suburbs as well.
Awesome.
And both the Melbourne Rising and New South Wales Country are staying at Southern Suburbs to have their dinner and things like that post-match, so they're really keen to give back to the club and to the community and things, so they'll be around, you'll be able to mingle and chat with them.
That's
and
be great.
And watch the international and stuff like that, so
awesome.
Really looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
So get along to that one. Right, so then we move to Sunday the 8th. We will have, let's start with the Junior Gala Day.
Gala Day.
So this is the JPP.
Port Adelaide?
Yeah, this is at Port Adelaide this year.
Good.
So this
what time we start up there?
We will be starting at 8 a.m.
Awesome.
We'll be all finished by midday.
All right.
So draw is out with the junior teams and things like that. So this is the under 6-7s, the under 8s and the under 10s.
Yes.
So we bring all them together during the final series, so they get a bit of finals footy as well, and have some fun. So we'll have the music playing there, Port Adelaide putting on the barbecue and teas and coffees and all those types of things. So it'll be a bit of fun that morning.
Make sure we can get our bacon and egg rolls.
We'll be. And then that same day on the Sunday, we're starting with kickoff at 8:40 at North Torrens for all of the senior elimination finals. So once you're finished at the JPP, make sure you head down to North Torrens and watch those elimination finals.
Same road. It's easy,
it's
mate.
not far.
Perfect.
So that should be fantastic. So there's our 4 big events for this weekend. Why not just pack them all in, and make it a full one of rugby.
Right, there we go.
So very much looking forward to that.
Going to need the swag this weekend, I think. So
Well, maybe we'll get on to Raw's because he's got the Taj Mahal of swags,
he
right?
does have the time. Maybe we can all stay in his.
Correct. Thank you, Rory. That would be
bedroom swag he's got there, whatever it is.
All right, then. So let's get on to hashtag
Ask
Rusa.
Ask Rusa.
We've got about 3 pages of these, so we're going to flick through these quite quickly.
We'll go pretty quickly. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so Charlene Detroit asking, why is there an under 21?
Detroit?
Detroit?
Yeah.
Okay.
South Afrikansman, yeah?
Right, yes. Why is there an under 21 award for the men, but none for the women when the girls start playing seniors at 16? Fantastic question.
Excellent question.
Don't have an answer for you, probably because the question's not come up in any sort of major capacity. So I think it's a fantastic point.
And something we need to look at, I think. Yep. From a rugby union SA perspective, we've got I would imagine it's because the women's competition started mid-90s.
Yeah.
And the men's competition was going for, whatever it was, 40 years before that or
30,
something. 50 years before that.
Yeah.
So I would imagine it's just always been there, and then the women's competition started, so there was a women's award.
Yeah. And
an under 21 award for the women is something we probably need to look at.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good question.
Great question.
William Barrett Home. I wonder what his away account's like. Anyway. Do you think Woodville will win grand final next year? Don't know, Willem. Maybe
they'll win it this year.
Well, yeah, could do. They're still in the running for
Absolutely. it. They've got a shot this weekend to get there. So who knows? Absolutely,
could do. All right, Molly Clements.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, Molly.
Wants to ask if you regret starting a meme comp. Rusa memes? Nah, higher memes.
Yeah, I think it's really just opened the door to take some abuse for the last week, but that's all right.
It's not abuse when when you don't take offense.
When you don't mind it. Correct. Okay. Yeah, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Huh? So no problem. It's all in good spirit and all a bit of a laugh. So we'll enjoy ourselves.
No, good. Timothy Sam Green, best game ever played. Rugby is the best game ever played.
Yes, it is. We agree with you. Absolutely, Tim.
It is the best game ever. Jamari Hughes. And do I even get these right? Like,
the pronunciation of the names?
Names, yeah.
I think that one's right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's the meme comp? If you check out episode 19, we explain what the meme comp is, what the purposes of it.
That's in fact, I think we've even got a short clip. There's a separate short clip. So if you want to enter,
do so by Thursday.
Too late.
Oh, is it too late? Oh,
this is Friday.
We're on Friday.
So yeah, you should have done that.
Okay, who's your tip? Melbourne. This is from the Melbourne Rebels.
Yes.
They want to know who the tip is for the NRC game this weekend. Melbourne Rising on New South Wales Country.
Looks like the weather. I think the weather's going to favour Melbourne.
Yeah,
it's going to be a bit chilly. It's going to be a bit wet,
a bit Melbourne-ish.
Yeah, so that'll favour Melbourne. I know New South Wales Country got a good win over Sydney on the weekend, and Rising didn't do too well in their first game.
Yep,
but
didn't give up. Actually, and I've had a chat with their managers and things like that. I mean, they played right to the end. I think they scored a try in the dying minutes and things like that as well. So there's first game, shake out some cobwebs. Come down to Adelaide. They'll be familiar with Adelaide as well, right?
Absolutely.
Which will be an advantage for them too.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. But also we'll be backing Mr. Maloney in that match.
Absolutely, yeah.
Barossa Rams Jr.
He's come through. We've got a video on the web on our Facebook page.
Union SA Facebook page.
Union SA Facebook page.
So go and check that out and make sure, if for nothing else, come and support a local who's come through the ranks, taking the opportunity in the Eastern States and is playing NRC rugby now.
Absolutely. Doing a great job.
Okay, Clayton Johnny. How many Premier Grade Grand Finals have Burnside lost?
We don't really keep those. I mean, we'd have to look that up, wouldn't we?
Yeah. On the spot, not sure.
From a Burnside perspective, I'd think too many.
Yeah.
I mean, one is too many, isn't it?
Well, last year I think was a close game for Burnside losing that one. But I couldn't tell you before.
In the last, I don't even know the last 4 years, and there's a couple in there. So they want to shake that off this year, and they will, and make it right. Yep.
All right, Clay D. What's your favourite thing about rugby?
That's a long list.
It is a long list.
That's a really long list.
Look, I shortened it to 3.
All right,
which I think we agreed. Well, okay, my 3, and then you can do something.
All right, go.
I think because it's a global game, you go to any country in the world, you'll find somebody who knows rugby, plays rugby, will say.
And we've both been lucky enough to play in a number of different countries. Yeah. So really exciting.
You rock up to a bar, someone will say, "Hey, look, come down to my rugby club," and you start playing.
And you're in.
I get to play with all my mates. So it doesn't matter if you're big and tall and strong like you, or slower and dozer like me.
Well, if you're a tiny human toothpick, you can get on the field too.
Men, women, boys, girls. It doesn't matter where you're from or who you are. There's a spot for you in rugby union. And the last thing I like about it is the challenge of the game, both physically but also mentally. You've got to have a lot of thought process and things around what you're doing and predicting the next moves and all that sort of stuff as well.
Awesome.
What about you?
Oh man, can't disagree with you in any of those, really, to be honest. And fantastic. 3 points. We'll
3.
Go with.
Ding ding ding.
That's it.
All right. Cooper Moon 9716 under 16 Brighton versus Barossa in finals. Was that a fair call? Well, it was the call that's prescribed by our competition rules.
Everybody knew that. I mean, it's I've been asked this a couple of times over the weekend, and from an Elizabeth perspective, we finished bottom going into finals, and we knew that if anything happened, if anything went not according to plan, we were out. So
if you draw the match,
and whatever it is, you've got to win. So if you're in that bottom position, you've got to win the game. You've got to get through. So is it a fair call? Yes. Is it? Do we feel bad for the teams involved? Of course. We want to see a full game. We want to see great competitive, but those rules are there for a reason, because we can't just push our finals back. If every game got delayed by 45 minutes an hour, we'd be there for, we'd still be there from the weekend.
Well, yeah, correct.
So,
that's in terms of fairness as well, 3 yellow cards in a season, miss out on finals footy. Can't referee, can't officiate a match, things like that. Arguably one of the best referees in that grade, in the grades that you referee. But is it fair? Well, probably not fair, but it's what the rules are. And
I knew that before, and I knew
you've got to go with it.
Once I got the second yellow, I knew that there was something coming. If I got another, and probably the reason why I was so emotional and upset when I got the third. You know, in that moment, I knew exactly that was what was happening.
Yeah.
So the understanding, I think, is really important, and understanding of competition rules. So not only knowing the laws of the game on the field, but when you're coming up to finals, understanding competition rules, your coaches, your managers, and your club people really explaining that to your players, so there's an understanding there of what we need to be aware of.
Right, Lachlan McTavish, favourite and least favourite rule changes this year. Well, we had a quick chat about this before we started.
We did, yeah.
We didn't think we had any least favourite, but one of my favourite ones that came in mid-season and was really quickly distributed was preventing axial loading.
Yes.
In the front row at scrum times, purely a safety perspective. If you don't know what axial loading is, go and have a Google of it. I won't waste our time talking about it.
All right, yeah, that's cool.
But purely a safety perspective for the hooker in the scrums, pre-engagement.
For me, I had a really my favourite is the fact that if you're in the maul and you've got a foot in front of the ball, you can't then just pick the ball and play and go through the middle or go around the side if you need to. But to me then it's makes more sense from a rugby perspective. You set your defensive line, you set everything. Somebody isn't just going to pop out the front of the reach back in a ruck, grab the ball and disappear.
Sam from Burnside,
exactly,
very good at that.
He was. But you know, this year that's been disallowed. So that's a really big one for me around, particularly from a coaching perspective, because there are bits and pieces in rugby that you can't necessarily coach around. That was tough to set a defensive line when somebody's in behind your defensive line almost. So that was a good one for me.
No, good. Right, James Darby, South Australian and Barossa Rams rep Michael Maloney is playing for Melbourne Rising. He absolutely is. We've mentioned
touched on that already. So looking forward to that.
Congratulations to you, Michael. Right, TSAV 1311. Why isn't the Women's Premier League finals live streamed? We gave a pretty lengthy answer on that one in episode 19.
Taylor Savage. If you got we did. We answered that one in full. If there's an issue, go see your CAG representative at your club and have that changed. However, the grand final is live
for women's will be live streamed.
So next week it'll be live streamed, and Uni's already gone through to that. So you'll be live streamed next week. So it'll be good.
That's right.
Awesome.
Okay, we had Lydia J. Are you having a Junior Sevens competition this year? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Did that in episode 19
as well. 19 as well.
So dates quickly are October 25.
Correct.
November 1 and November 8.
Yes, indeed.
And by the time you're seeing this, details will be out to clubs.
We'll be out to clubs already. Yeah. So Friday nights, some Friday night footy. Friday night lights.
Excellent. Yes.
It's going to be good. Really good.
And then Daniel Grungo, Senior Sevens Beach Fives Comp.
Daniel's already come up in this episode. Really,
He's
got a question. Yeah, all right.
We'll be doing that pre-season. So Beach Fives, you had planned for...
Yes, that's in February.
Yes.
22nd, 23rd of Feb. So that's going to be hopefully a 2-day event, depending on number of teams.
Yep.
And then we've got Lizzie Sevens 2 weeks later, 7 March.
7 March. And then looking to introduce a Torrens 10.
Yeah, so that's going to be good fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some work to go around that about what we want to do and how we want to do that. But that'll be 2 weeks later again, 21 March.
That'll be a great lead-in for any of, as clubs are recruiting in the off-season and things as well, any of those new players that are coming to the game, get an opportunity to play potentially some beach fives, which is really tackle practice. And scoring tries.
Tackle and pass and
passing. Yeah.
So no ruck, no line out in beach fives.
No scrums, all that sort of stuff. Then you get into some sevens where you've got plenty of space to play with, but just 7 aside. So then that's where you start introducing some of the ruck contests.
Yeah, basic line out, basic scrum, bit of ruck work. Yeah.
Some Torrens 10s. Put a few more players in the mix. You got the five-person scrums.
No, it starts to become a bit more of a structured game, and as we head towards end of the season. So nice progression for our teams there in the preseason.
That's it. All right. Do we have any hashtag Rooster community? No hashtag Rooster community.
I think everybody was focused on the meme competition.
Memes. Yes. So we'll be doing that. We should probably cut to...
Here we go. We'll go to the office for our meme competition judging. Here we are.
And look, make sure you clear your schedule for the weekend if you haven't already, because there's just so much rugby content to get out there.
Of rugby to get
Come and see it live. Get down to Southern Suburbs on Saturday for the junior grand finals and NRC match on the Sunday. If you've got the Littleys playing in the junior Gala day, get to Port Adelaide. If not, then come and watch the senior eliminations finals, which will be exciting, down at Dry Creek in North Torrens.
Cracker of a weekend. Looking forward to seeing you there.
See you there.